Welcome back, Math 2. Today we're on our page 403. No, sorry, not 304. We're going to be working on reading graphs and finding the information that we need to find and knowing which variable is what we're looking at. So, let's read our instructions first, but then we'll take a look at our graph. So use the graph to the right. It shows the height, h, so h represents height, in feet of a small rocket t seconds after it is launched. The path of the rocket is given by this equation. So h, remember, is the height, okay, equals negative 16 t squared plus 128 t. So remember, t equals the time in seconds. Now before we even go to start answering our questions, let's make sure we understand what parts of our graph we have. So this is our curve. That's the graph that represents this equation. We have our height on the y-axis and our time, our t, on the x-axis. So this is t, this is h. Okay. All right, it looks like our rocket makes sense. It starts at the bottom, it's launched, it comes up, reaches this top point, and then it's going to come back down and hit the ground again. All right, so question 1, how long is the rocket in the air? So long has to do with time. So I'm not even really going to look at this graph. I'm just going to look at it started here at 0, and the next time it hits the ground is over here at 8. So for that entire time until it comes back down to the ground, it has been in the air. So it is in the air for 8 seconds. Question 2, what is the greatest height the rocket reaches? Okay, so height. Now I'm looking at my y-axis. I'm going to follow my graph up. This is my tallest point. Remember, this is your vertex. This is also your maximum or minimum. Okay. In our case, because our graph comes up and goes back down, this is a max or a maximum. All right, so the height at this point, it's a little above that 250, so let's figure out what the scale is. I think it's going up by tens because there's 5 lines in between 200 and 250. So this would be at 260 feet. Remember, these are word problems, interpretation. We need to have more explanation than just 260 or 8. 8 what? Okay. All right, number 3, about how high is the rocket after 1 second? Okay, so I'm going to go to where my seconds equal 1. I'm going to just follow this up until I intersect with my graph. And it looks like it's right at about 110 feet. So they didn't ask for an exact amount, so I'm not going to use my equation yet. I'm just going to kind of estimate based on where it looks like it's hitting on my graph. So it looks like it's about 110 feet. Okay. All right. Numbers 4 and 5 are pretty similar. 4, after about 2 seconds, A, how high is the rocket? And B, is it going up or down? So at 2 seconds, I'm going to follow that up. Looks like it's about, actually it looks like it's more here, right at about 200 feet. And is it going up or down? Well, at this point, my rocket is still going up. It has not stopped going up yet, so it is going up. How about at 6 seconds? Follow it up. Looks like it's about the same as at 2 seconds. So it is also 200 feet, but now it is going down. Okay. All right, number 6. Do you think that the rocket is traveling faster from 0 to 1 second or from 3 to 4 seconds? And explain. Okay, so from 0, where it started at 0, up to 1, where it made 110 feet. So it started at 0 and went to 110 feet. And between 3 and 4, so 3 is right here at about 240. And 4 is up at that 260. Okay. So I would say that it's going faster from 0 to 1 second because it covered a greater distance. It got higher faster. Okay, so I'm going to explain my choice that I'm saying that it's traveling faster from 0 to 1 second because it reached a larger height faster than 3 to 4 seconds. All right, so we have one more question on the back. Let's read it and then see what we need to use. So, using the equation, okay, that's nice, they tell us, find the exact value of the height of the rocket at 2 seconds. Okay. All right, so if they ask for an exact value, that's a good hint that you should be using the equation instead of the graph, because the graph you can really only estimate. All right, so 2 seconds, remember seconds was t. So basically they're saying plug 2 in for t. All right, so I have my graph up here. H equals negative 16t squared plus 128t. So anywhere I see a t, I'm going to replace it with a 2. So negative 16 times 2 squared plus 128 times 2. All right, I know 2 squared is 4. And 4 times negative 16 is negative 64. And 128 times 2 is 256. So the height at time 2 is whatever negative 64 plus 256 is. 192 feet. Okay. And see, it's not off by a lot. Our estimate for 2 seconds was 200 feet. It's not off by a lot, but that's the difference between using the graph and the equation. So if it says exact value, please make sure you're using the equation.